Ok, ¿qué hacemos? Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna speak in English, and then I'm gonna do the Spanish after the English. Okay, so other people around the world can understand the training. Te decía que lo voy a decir en inglés primero y después en español para que personas alrededor del mundo puedan entender lo que estamos haciendo, ¿va?
Okay.
So right now, what is going to happen is that I'm gonna connect to the PC through Splashtop, and then I'm gonna go over the details of the apps and the different things that we need to do, and after that, I'm gonna let you do it yourself, ¿ok? Lo que va a pasar, Churri, es que voy a compartir mi pantalla, me voy a conectar a la PC a través de Splashtop, y entonces voy a enseñar qué apps necesitamos, los detalles que se necesitan ejecutar, y entonces tú vas a poder después implementarlo para ver qué errores podrías tener. ¿Va? Pregunta. ¿Me entiendes en inglés? ¿O no?
De tratar de entender.
Va, vamos a intentar hacerlo solo en inglés, y si hay algo en lo que te atoras me preguntas y te respondo en español. ¿Va? Okay, so what's gonna happen now, thanks to Churri's flexibility, is that I'm gonna speak in English only, and if he has any question regarding what I'm saying, he will ask and I will answer in Spanish, okay? So we save everybody's time. So the first thing is we're gonna go to the computer where we wanna share basically where we want to work for the Splashtop thing, okay, the OBS. So here we go. The first thing to note is that we need two apps. This is, by the way, the method through a Windows computer, okay? We need two apps. Number one, OBS. OBS is basically a virtual switcher. A virtual switcher is an app that will help you create scenes and scenarios where we can share media and different stuff. The second app we need for Windows is VoiceMeeter Banana, okay? VoiceMeeter Banana is a virtual microphone, right? Okay. Right there you can hear Tian's voice because we started a video. Okay, we stopped the video. So far so good? ¿Todo chido, Churri? Perfect. Okay, cool. So, basically, let me do this again. There we go. Okay, cool. So basically what we're going to do is right here on the left hand, all these things are called scenes. Okay? Scenes are kind of like projects where we will be able to build all the different media and elements that we need to show on the screen. You want to make sure that your OBS is in study mode, okay? Study mode basically gives you two views. On the left, we have the preview, and on the right, we have the broadcast view. Broadcast view is what the users will see. Preview is something that you can prepare that you want to show on the screen next, okay? And in order to have this view, you gotta make sure that this button called studio mode is, let me change the language, is enabled, okay? So let me go to language, general language, English. Apply, accept. It will ask to reboot. There we go. All right. So studio mode.
Welcome to SCIN. I am Tian.
All right. So for example, you will see that here I have a scene called Translators Help. Basically, in this one, what I have is a video to show on the screen for speakers to slow down when they are speaking very fast and translators cannot catch up. By the way, Churi, feel free to interrupt me, okay? Next, we have, for example, this little eye right here is to show or hide this particular element. You can see how these two are kind of color gray, but the one on top is white. If I hide it, it turns gray again. You see? And if I show it, it goes white. Okay. Then I have here a scene called Images and Screens. This is, for example, when I want to show a banner for a particular program, or I want to show a sign with particular announcements, or I want to show a PPT, okay? So what I do is I select the PPT, I export the PPT as images, for example, PNG or GPAG, and then I import here. If I go to Properties and I scroll down, it asks here for image files. And then I just import the images of the PPT and I can manipulate the PPT through these buttons. Okay? And then I have one that is called Video Broadcast. This one is the one that we are more interested in. Okay, Churi? Because here, this is what we will use to share, to make what we call a false live. Okay? So for example, let's say we have a live tool. In fact, let's just do, yes, this video. This is a class from teacher Tian, okay? And what we do is that through properties, we try to find the local file in our computer, we select it, we open, then we check here, we don't want it to reproduce on loop, we don't want it to restart when the playback source becomes active, or anything of the like, okay? So basically, let me show you something. Let's say this is what the students are looking at right here on the program part, okay? But I want to show next the class on the left side, the one that says preview video broadcast preview, okay? So what I have to do is I gotta go to transition and click, and then it will start showing. Or what I can do is that I can use this one. This one, the advantage of this one is that allows me to control the speed of the transition. You see? And if I want to go back, I just scroll back. All right? And right here you can kind of like do some stuff that we will not use, so don't worry about it. Now, important thing. Well, before that, this one is a particular one of mine. For example, if I'm using this OBS thing to show on my screen, then I'm not able to show my camera, okay? Because the camera is being used by OBS. So what I do is I just add my camera as a source in OBS, and then I can show my camera, all right? And then this one is another one that is important. There will be times when they will ask us to show our clock on Zoom. And this is how we are going to do it, the way we are going to do it. For that, we need a third app. That third app is called SNAS, okay, right here on the bottom, okay, on the tasks bar. So this SNAS app, it's a watch. And the advantage of this watch is that it will give us a script file. You can see it right here where it's stored. And then this file, we can add it to OBS. It's a TXT file. So the way to do it is that I go to this little plus sign down here, okay? We click it, and then we go to text. We put a name, I don't know, clock or chronometer or whatever. Then I click on OK, and then here I will ask it to read the text from a file. And then in browse, I will go up here, and then I will click here and paste. Oh, sorry for that. I will paste the address that I copy from SNAS, okay? Oh, then I just click enter, open. Oh shit, there we go. Let me check if there's something wrong. I got it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we paste the address and we delete the name of the file, and then it will bring us here. So the next thing I gotta do is I just have to select the file that I want to put. So check this out, okay? We have different files. Here in SNAS, you will see that you have different options. For example, here in time, date, and countdown, we have a file called time, a file called date, and a file called countdown to specific time. And you can see them here, countdown, time, and date, okay? The way they work is that depending on what you want to establish, that's the file that you will use. So for example, if you have an event that starts at, I don't know, what day is today? April 11th at 5 p.m. Then the date that you want to put here is April yeah. No. Got it, sorry. My bad. So it will be 11. Well, basically it's Friday, 11 April 2025. Okay? Now I copy my path and I select date. Okay? And you see, now it shows you which day you want to show. Now let me share with you something. If you click Control F, what is going to happen is that OBS will automatically fit your element in the window. Okay, so you don't have to be like doing like this with the little corner thing. You just click Control F and it will center and fit the whole thing. Okay, that's one way. The other way is the countdown. which is the one that we already have here. Okay, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna rename it to date. Okay, I'm gonna hide it and I'm gonna keep only the chrono. So for example, if they tell you, you know what, I want a 5-minute countdown. So what I will do is that, for example, I can do it by date. If I click this button right here, this one, this will set the time and date to now. So I want you to notice something. Right there it says February 29th, 2024, right? So if I click the button, it will change it to April 10, 2025, 11:37, 32 seconds. So if I want a countdown to a specific date, then what I have to do is just change the date here. April 11th, the same time. Then I click on start, and I want you to see how the live output has changed. So now I gotta go down here, and I show it. You see, it's 24 hours. But now what happens if I do this? Okay, you know what? It's not the 11th, it's the 12th. So then I click enter. Sorry. We first need to stop. Then I click on, let's say 13. And then I click on start. Okay? And now it changes the time. Okay? Did you notice? Okay, cool. So now, next thing to show. Oh, by the way, the output format, you can change it here. So the way to do it is, for example, if I want this to show days, then I will do this. $, day. That's it. Let's see if it works. And now you see, now it shows the 2 days. 2 days and 23 hours. Got it? Okay, but we don't need this in general, so I'm gonna just keep it this way. Now the countdown works very similar. Check it out. The countdown is right here. So here, what you need to establish is how much time do you want the countdown to be. Okay? But for that, we gotta go to the Chronos. Okay? In Chronos, we have 2 ways. Chrono down and chrono up. Chrono down is going from 10 to 0, for example. And chrono up is going from 0 to 10. You see the difference? Cool. Okay. So let's say they tell you, can we put 15 minutes in the watch or the stopwatch? Then you go here and then you click 15. And then you start. And I want you to see how in OBS now we have the countdown from 15 to 0. Okay? When the time's over, you can change the message. As general, I put the time's up, but you can change it to clouds over or whatever. This is not important. And let's say that you wanted the opposite. Then you want 1 hour and 32 minutes. Then you click on start, and then you go to OBS and select, well, you have to add it, okay? You go here, you add it, you select the file, chrono up, open, okay, and now it shows. Okay? Now, one more thing. You can change the font, size, style, kind of font, etc. And you can change the color. Okay? You can do all of that. All right? Where is it? This. Okay? So far, so good? Okay, cool. So now, last thing, let's go to back to the video. The video works this way. You already selected your file, but you want to make sure that the video, you can hear it through Zoom. Okay? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna open Zoom and I'm going to invite this user to our meeting. We join. I have to accept this guy. Yeah. So check it out. This is where the tricky part comes. There's no feedback, right? It's good? Okay, cool. All right. So I want you to see something. It's so cool to see how if I move, everything moves. Woo! Cool. Anyway, so two things need to happen here. Number one, let me hide this guy. We have to make sure that we can hear the video through Zoom, and that we can see the video through Zoom. So in order to see the video through Zoom, we have to click this button right here called Start Virtual Camera. So we click it, then we go to Zoom. Where's Zoom? Here. And then when we select the camera, we gotta make sure that we have selected OBS Virtual Camera. Okay? So when I open my camera, then you can see, I'm gonna stop sharing. Now you can see here that this camera is showing the video as a user. Okay, this is not screen sharing, this is another user, because this is coming from a virtual camera through Zoom, through OBS and Zoom. Okay, so it's like you are recording someone with the camera. Okay, and now I want to show you something. I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to hide this guy. Now, I want these to be heard, okay? I want them, because right now, I'm gonna open the microphone. Sure. Okay. And I'm gonna play the video. Check it out. We cannot hear it. You see? Can you hear it, Churi? Okay. Is that a yes or a no? Okay, cool. So no, we cannot hear it. First of all, yeah, what we gotta make sure that two things happen. In Zoom, we gotta go to settings, and then we have to go to audio. And this is where VoiceMeeter comes into play. Once you have VoiceMeeter already open, then you gotta choose in advanced monitor device, VoiceMeeter auxiliary, okay? Or VoiceMeeter VAIO only. Either one is good. I like to use the auxiliary one, okay? That's the one that I like to use all the time, so that's the one I use. Then, well, we select in OK. I'm gonna go do it again. Audio, advanced, monitoring device, and then VoiceMeeter. Okay? Then I click on OK. Second thing to do, we go to our video, and then right here, I go to Properties, click here. Oh, sorry, no, it's not here. Sorry. We right click, and then we go to they change it. It was there. Okay, never mind. We go here, guys, to this little gear in audio mixer. Okay, right here we click, and this window will open. Now you gotta make sure that if your video, actually let me do it. If your video is not showing on the program, you won't be able to find your video. You see, your video is called Recap Level 7 2025, and it's not here in the list. So what you gotta do is you have to disable this checkbox that is called Active Sources Only. And now you have a whole big list of media, which, by the way, I do not recommend you have. Try to keep your media the least. Why? Because the more videos and elements you have here, the more difficult will be for you, especially if you don't name them properly. It will be more difficult for you to find where that media is in a moment of stress. Okay? In IT, there's always something going to be wrong. Okay? There's always going to be problems. That's part of IT. So you gotta be patient on that sense, and you gotta try to make sure that you are able to resolve the problem as fast as you can. So if you have too many sources and you don't name them properly, then it will be very difficult for you sometimes to find the source that you need to fix. Okay? Anyway, the point is that your video is called Recap Level 7 2025. So we just go try to find it. And it's right here. You have to make sure that this drop down here, which is called audio monitoring, says monitor and output. Okay? Not only monitor only, not monitor off, monitor and output. That is very, very important. And I'm going to explain to you why. Then once you have done that, we close. Before that, let me go do this again. You have to make sure that all of these tracks are enabled. Okay? In more complex projects, you don't need all the tracks. But since this is a simple one, you keep it this way. All the tracks enabled. Okay? The way they are here. Then we close. And now, do you remember that we set the monitor here by VoiceMeeter? Basically, what we told OBS is, listen, I want to check how my video sounds. I want to monitor how it sounds. And I want that audio to come through VoiceMeeter. So when we came here and we told OBS, I want to listen in the output and also in the monitor, what I told OBS is, I want the audio to go through the speakers and also through my device where I will be checking how it sounds. Okay? So it will split the audio to 2 channels. That's why it's important. Now, check it out. In VoiceMeeter, these right here are your virtual microphones or virtual inputs. And these are physical microphones. Like the microphone you connect to your computer. You can put, for example, the microphone of your headset or any other kind of microphone. These guys right here, they are kind of like masters while you handle the different sources of audio, okay? Up here, these three, those are the outs, okay? What are outs? You have three hardware outs. Could be the speakers of your monitor, some earphones, but we're talking here not the microphone of the earphones, but the speakers of the earphones, okay? And you can have, I don't know, for example, those big speakers that they put on concerts or events. You can, if you have them connected to your computer, then you can select that out source here, okay? By clicking on each of the A's, you select which source is each which. Now, here we go. You have two virtual outputs, okay? These are virtual inputs like microphones, and you have two virtual outputs like speakers, but they are virtual, okay? It means that you don't need to have anything connected to the computer for you to listen. The outputs are called, the virtual ones, B1 and B2. And the physical, we already said A1, A2, A3. Why is that important? Because you have to make sure that you have your virtual outputs enabled, okay? Say, for example, that you want to listen through your computer and through Zoom, okay? So this is how it works. In your virtual output, you will select the speakers of your computer, okay? And that's A1. So since we selected the auxiliary in our OBS, right here, you see, VB audio voice meter auxiliary VAIO. This is the one right here, auxiliary. You see right here, it's tiny, but it's there, okay? So this is the one where you will be getting the audio from OBS, okay? So I'm gonna select it, enable it. You see how it turned green? So when I go and I play the audio, by the way, I'm gonna do a test. The audio that you will be hearing now will come from the computer to my microphone, okay? So, but you will not hear it through Zoom. So here we go. Actually, I'm gonna mute this guy here, the Zoom of this user. Here we go.
That diamond represent.
Okay.
What does diamond represent in our training system? Yes, we will say it represents the wisdom, the helpful knowledge, the super helpful knowledge that can help more people.
Okay. Did you listen? Did you hear? No? Okay. Let me see. What can I do? Let me bring the volume up.
So here, we can see that there's a checking. What does that mean? It means in future. We are all the delivery men of this super helpful content. So
Can you hear it?
make sure that our delivery men can do the job really. This helpful content inside our audience mind, and so that it can help them in their daily actions and words and their thoughts. So that's why the graduation criteria
Can you hear it?
is not there to limit you
Cool.
or frighten you.
So that thing you heard is coming through my microphone, okay? Now, let me show you something else. you need to make sure that the source of your computer is the auxiliary, okay? That's something that I didn't tell you before. So here in the sources of speaker of your computer, the way to go to them is you go to this little arrow, you click on the little speaker, and then you make sure you select the auxiliary, okay? Now, going back, let's do this now through, let's turn off the computer and let's turn on the virtual so we can hear through the microphone of the computer, of Zoom. I'm gonna go here. Where is it? It's right here, okay. Then I unmute, I'm gonna mute my microphone. I want you to notice something. You cannot hear anything. And what's a good way to check if we can hear something? One way is, of course, listening to the call with another device. The other way is to check on the microphone. You see how we cannot see any levels here? It's completely flat. You see, if we go to audio settings, you see how it's completely flat right here? It means that there's nothing coming on. Why? Because the source of the microphone is not selected. You see? So now let me do this. We go and we select auxiliary VoiceMeeter. Okay, you ready? There we go. Okay. Oh, what happened here? Then we close. And we cannot hear it either. That tells us there's something wrong with our source or VoiceMeeter. And I want you to notice something here. The VoiceMeeter is marking that the audio is coming to VoiceMeeter from Zoom, from OBS, sorry. So there's a problem in the connection between VoiceMeeter and Zoom, because the connection OBS VoiceMeeter does work. Here it is. We can see the audio right here. You see? Even if I shut up, we can hear it. So let me try. There we go. Okay. The problem was the source, the virtual output. So I'm gonna disable this B1, and I'm gonna enable the B2, and I'm gonna shut up myself. Okay, check it out.
To remember to complete the self-evaluation, which is the final section.
Check this out. I'm gonna play with the volume.
Do that because we think quality of a good speaker. So please remember to do that. If not, your AP will contact you and
that's how you play with the audio. Now, there's two buttons here that are important in all of them, you see? Solo and mute. Mute is pretty obvious. I have the source active.
okay. So
Then I just mute it and I cannot hear it. Okay. That's just in case you don't want to disable the source. There may be cases when you want to do that. The other one is this. Imagine that you have, let me stop the video. Imagine that you have 3 microphones plus your virtual background, okay? And everyone is talking, but you just want to hear one person. So you click on solo. Instead of going and muting everyone individually, you click on solo and you listen only to that particular person, okay? And then you can click as many solos as you want if you want to hear to 2 people. And you will be hearing only those 2 people. And when you disable, then you can hear everyone. Okay, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty kind of, I'm gonna say simple. All right, so do you have any questions? Okay, so what we're going to do now is that well, that's the class for you guys, and now Churi, we will try with you. Try it for you to try. See you next time.